10 things you may not know about Martin Luther King Jr. Sir Dr. Martin Luther King was the man in the history of modern America. America would not have been the way it is today if MLK Jr. never existed. And on this video, we are covering the 10 facts you might not know about the civil rights leader, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Hello there, welcome to Folk Buds. Consider subscribing to our channel for more future updates. Well, starting with number 1. King's birth name was Michael, not Martin. The civil rights leader, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was born Michael King on January 15, 1929. In 1934, however, his father traveled to Germany and was inspired by the Protestant Reformation leader Martin Luther. As a result, King Sr. changed his name and that of his 5-year-old son to Martin Luther. Number 2. King entered the college at the age of 15. King was born as a gifted child and he was an intelligent student that he skipped grade 9 and 12 before enrolling to Morehouse College in 1944. Morehouse College was the alma mater of King Jr.'s father and maternal grandfather. Although he was the son, grandson and great-grandson of Baptist minister, King did not intend to follow the family vocation until Morehouse president Benjamin E. Mays, a noted theologian, convinced him otherwise. King was ordained before graduating college with a degree in sociology. Number 3. King received doctorate in systematic theology. After earning a divinity degree from Pennsylvania Crozer Theology Seminary, King attended graduate school at Boston University, where he received his PhD degree in 1955. The title of his dissertation was a comparison of the conception of God in the thinking of Paul Tillich and Henry Nelson Wayman. Number 4. World famous I Have a Dream speech was not his first speech at Lincoln Memorial. 6 years before his iconic orientation at the March of Washington, King was among the civil rights leaders who spoke about the great emancipator during the Prayer Pilgrimage for Freedom on May 17, 1957. Before a crowd estimated at between 15,000 to 30,000, King delivered his first national address to the topic of voting rights. His speech, in which he urged America to give us the ballot, drew strong review and positioned him at the forefront of the civil rights leadership. Number 5. King was imprisoned nearly 30 times. According to the King Center, the civil rights leader went to jail 29 times. He was arrested for acts of civil disobedience and on trumped-up charges such as when he was jailed in Montgomery, Alabama in 1956 for driving 30 miles per hour in a 25-mile-per-hour zone. Number 6. King luckily escaped the assassination almost a decade before his death. On September 20, 1958, King was in Harlem signing copies of his new book, Stride Towards Freedom, when he was approached by Izola Ware Curry. The woman asked if he was a Martin Luther King Jr. After he said yes, she inserted a 7-inch letter opener onto his chest. Luckily, the blade just rested on the aorta, which is the main artery of blood flow. Little more squeeze and we would have lost him a decade before. Later, he was okay after the hours of dedicated surgery. And the thing he is always praised as he issued a letter to adopt non-violence policy to the mentally ill attacker. Number 7. King's last speech predicted his death. King had come to Memphis in April 1968 to support the strike of the city's black garbage workers. And in the speech on the night before his assassination, he told an audience at Mason Temple Church,
"Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. And I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord."
Number 8. Members of King family did not believe that James Earl Ray did not act alone. Ray, a career criminal, pled guilty of King's assassination but later recanted. King's widow, Coretta, believed that mafia and local, state and federal government are deeply involved in the assassination, and James Ray was only said to take the blame. On this note, King's family never asked any punishment for the plead guilty. She praised the result of a 1999 civil trial in which a Memphis jury decided the assassination was the result of a conspiracy. Number 9. King's mother was also slain by the bullets. On June 30, 1974, King's father and mother were in Ebenezer Baptist Church performing when suddenly Marcus Wayne Jr. took two pistols and began shooting. Alberta William Kings died just a step away from the place where her son had preached non-violence. The criminal Channel Jr. was announced capital punishment but was later changed into life imprisonment as the King's family were against capital punishment. Number 10. King's non-violence policy is highly influenced by Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi inspired people all around the world, including America's most famous civil rights leader, Martin Luther King Jr. They never got a chance to meet to each other because King was 19 years old when Gandhi was assassinated in India. King learned about Gandhi's non-violence principle through writings and during his visit in India in 1959. King drew heavily on Gandhian principle of non-violence in his own civil rights activism, writing that while the Montgomery boycott was going on, India's Gandhi was the guiding light of our techniques of non-violent social changes. Well, this was all of the 10 things you might not know about Sir Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. What are your words on these facts? Please let us know in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more updates. Till then, take care and stay safe. We will see you on the next video.